Hello guys, welcome back. In this video we'll be taking a look at how to create your digital products. All right, we're going to see how we're going to be creating a digital product that will be uploading to this seller store that we created in our previous video. If you've not watched that, you can actually check it on this channel. You'll be able to watch it, and once you have your seller account, then you'll be able to proceed with this video. All right, so let's take a look at how this is being done. Without wasting time, let's jump into our browser. All right, so I'll just open my browser, and in our previous video, this is where we stopped. We're able to create a seller store called Digital Income Hub, and you can see we uploaded a logo, we created a logo, we added the store description, we did a lot of settings on the seller page. All right, so today we'll be seeing how this digital product is going to be created, and we'll be using the power of AI to achieve this. All right, so before you create a digital product, first thing first is for you to select a niche. All right, so the angle, a niche simply means the angle or the area that you want your product to be focused on. For example, you can pick a health niche, that is your digital product is going to be maybe helping people to solve health related issues. You can pick maybe relationship niche, where you create digital products or ebooks that teaches people how to become their best version in terms of relationship. You can also pick the income niche, that is the finance niche, where you teach people how to your digital product will teach people how to improve their finance or make more money. That is, you help them improve their income through your digital product. All right. So depending on the kind of niche, any kind of niche that you pick, you can be able to create this digital product around that particular niche. All right. So as you can see, our focus here is digital income, and I think even the logo will tell you that our niche should focus on maybe the finance. All right, so now I know that my niche is going to be in finance, but I don't know the exact type of product that I'll be creating, or the first product that I want to upload on seller. All right, so if you are someone like me that doesn't know, the niche, sorry, you don't know the exact product title to actually, start with, you can ask AI to actually help you out with that. All right, so let's do that. So I'll just say, I'm just going to give it a prompt. So I'll say like, hello, I want to create, a digital product, a digital product. Um, okay, I want to create a digital product to upload to sell. Let's say to sell on this seller store. All right, and of course you need to know your target audience. Who is this digital product going to be sold to? Who are your potential customers? So these are information that you need to gather. The information that you need to gather before you be able to create that product. And you should know that there are lots of customers that are ready to buy that your product. And how do you know about that? Before you pick up a title for your digital product, you must you must search, you must do your research, and ensure that you are solving a pressing issue. All right, just look around, maybe look around Nigeria today, and see what is the solution, what is the one pressing problem that people need solution for. All right, there's a problem that is disturbing Nigerians, and how will you be able to come up with a guide, all right, to actually solve that problem? Okay, that is the only way that people will be able to buy that product, because somebody cannot buy something that he or she doesn't need. All right, so it must be able to solve a problem, and not just a problem, a pressing problem. All right, that is when people will beg you to collect their money just to have that's your digital product. All right, so let's have this. I think I have something in mind, but I just want to assume that I don't have any product in mind. So I need to just say, hello, I want to create a digital product to sell on this seller store that we just created, because my GPT already knows, the kind of seller store that we created. Okay, so I'll just give it this, and I'll just say I want you to recommend, okay, let's say 5 digital products that um I can create. So let's hit enter and see what the response is. So as you can see, the AI is doing what it has to do to give us, results. So you can see it has recommended like 2. We have the third one, and boom, we have up to 5, just the way we requested. Okay. So next, okay. So this is what the AI has recommended for me. So I have up to 5. If they are not okay by you, you can actually tweak it to, generate others. So, but it says if you want, I can help you pick the best. Yeah, I think that is what's on my mind. I actually want. I think I usually prefer AI to select the best for me based on its should I say studies, or the algorithm. All right, so I'll just say select the best for me. So let's see the one that is going to select for us. So WhatsApp money making playbook. He said, here is why this beats others. It matches your audience perfectly in Nigeria. So it means Nigeria are actually, focusing on this at the moment. If you compare the 5 items that it gives us, or 5 suggestions that it gives us, so it means this is the top selected one. So WhatsApp money making playbook. Here's why it matches your audience perfectly in Nigeria. Almost everyone uses WhatsApp daily. You are not teaching them something new, okay? You are showing them how to use what they already have to make money with it. Okay, it's easy for you to create quickly, and you don't need to overcomplicate it. So this is the reason why it selected this option. All right, so it sells fast. That's what it's saying. Quick win, simple step, immediate results. So what can we do? So this is going to be the title idea. It says how to make money on WhatsApp, the simple daily system. All right, so wow, I think I love this. Yeah, we can create a product on this. I already have one in mind, but I think AI is giving me something very amazing. So let's see how to go with this. All right, so I'm going to select this. That is the title idea. Now I think I'll be going with this. So what we just need to tell it is I have selected, I'll just say I've selected, then I'll paste it, then I'll press enter. Let's see the next move. It says good choice, and now this is the product blueprint. All right, so this is the title, and we have subtitle. This is the subtitle, and we have table of contents, introduction. After introduction, that means you need to introduce, the ebook. And then from there you proceed to what to sell on WhatsApp. This is just like the breakdown of every. All right, so next step. Okay, so next step, what we have here is okay, so you can see it has generated this for us. So what we just need to do at the moment is, if you go down, you see where it says if you want help, it can help you do the following. It can help you write the full content for you that is ready to copy. It can create high converting WhatsApp scripts. It can also design your sales page description for seller. All right, so I think the first thing we need to do is to create the digital product, right? So what we just need to tell it is let's say write introduction. Let it write. We don't want to write the complete book. We can actually ask it to write the complete ebook, at once. But to get the best from this AI, we would want to take it bit by bit, okay, section by section. All right. So let's just say write introduction. Let it give us introduction. All right. Write introduction. We can just say I want this ebook to be to be very explanatory in a way that even a 10-year-old person or child can understand. All right, so we just wanted to make this book very simple. That is the kind of words, the choice of words that this AI is going to use. It should be what? Self-explanatory. Okay, so that anybody reading our book will be able to what? Understand. So I'll just give it this command. So it's going to generate introduction. I think it's giving us two versions here. It's giving us two versions just for you to select. So you see writing the introduction. So have you ever looked at your WhatsApp and thought I can actually make money from this? Have you ever wondered if you can make money? Yeah, answer is yes. Every day you use WhatsApp to so I think it will be good for you to just go through this. If it gives you two versions, then you just need to go through them. I think I'll prefer this first option. All right, I think I'll prefer this. I'll select the first option. I'll just click on I prefer this response. Yes, so this is the introduction part of the book. So what we need to do is very simple. You can copy this introduction down, or you can tell it I'm going to set a threshold. Maybe this book, I just want this book to have at maximum five chapters. Books have chapters, so I just want this to, I don't want the number of pages to be too much. Let's say at maximum, my book should not exceed, let's say 30 pages. All right. That is, if it gets to, at least it shouldn't be more than 30 pages. You can make yours maybe just 20 to 25 pages or thereabouts. So at maximum, it shouldn't be more than 30. So I will need to set that threshold. So I'll tell it I want this ebook to have a maximum of 5 chapters. Okay, so that the AI understands what kind of digital products we are creating. So the maximum number of chapters is what? 5. So final chapters, which is 5, it's going to structure this out for you. You can see chapter 1, understanding WhatsApp as a money tool. Chapter 2, what to sell on WhatsApp. Chapter 3, setting up your success. Chapter 4, simple daily system. Chapter 5, turning charts into cash. Then the last one, which is what? Why this structure works. So this is the last chapter actually. So it's giving you why this structure works. And one important tip that you need to take note of, it says don't try to sound like a big expert. Write like you are explaining to, of course, you will not be the one to write. So it's the same AI that is we are going to be using to write this digital product. Okay, so we now have the outline of our ebook. Okay, so it has given us I think the introduction. So what I need to just do is I'll copy this introduction. I'll copy the all of this introduction down. Who is this book for? So let's copy it down to where we have. Let's get started. So I'm going to open Word. I'll open Microsoft Word where I'll be pasting this introduction. All right. So now I'll just need to hit Control. This is where the title will be. So at the bottom, I'll use Control V to paste that introduction. Okay, so I will close this. Now this is my introduction. The title of the book is going to be here. Let me just put it here. So I'll put title. All right, so I'm going to be clearing this. Okay, I think we'll leave this when we are done creating the ebook, then we'll proceed with the editing. So let's go back to what we're doing. We're back to GPT. So GPT has given us the structure from chapter 1 down to chapter 5. So, and we've also generated chapter, introduction. Now it's asking if you want, I can now generate or write chapter 1. So what I'll tell it is very simple. We said to get the best version of this AI, we'll take this section by section. So I'm going to be writing this ebook chapter by chapter. So I've gotten the introduction. Now next is we'll just say write. We want to write chapter 1 now. So we'll say write chapter 1. Okay. So I'm going to tell it please make it make it what? Very detailed. Make it very detailed and understandable. All right, so I'll just press enter, and this AI is going to do its work by generating the chapter 1. It's going to generate this chapter 1. As you can see, this is just what we'll be selling, right? As you can see, we are writing book. Yeah, we are writing an ebook that we will be selling on Seller. And somebody might ask, who is actually going to buy this whole product? There are a lot of people waiting to have this solution. All right, so we've identified, we actually use AI to do this research to understand that there are people that are looking for this solution that AI is giving us. All right, so we've gotten chapter 1. So I'm just going to repeat this. I can just proceed. Since we've gotten chapter 1, I'll now tell it to write chapter 2. So the AI is going to write chapter 2, and this is how we are going to continue until we get to the last chapter. So as you can see, it's writing chapter 2. It's just a guide, all right? A guide that is going to be helping people to actually make money using their WhatsApp. So let's see. This is chapter 2. It's done writing chapter 2. Let's move forward. Okay, so we'll just tell it to write chapter 3. All right, we don't want to give it the command I should write. We can actually tell it to write the remaining chapters, but then it's not going to be as comprehensive as when you give it, to write it bit by bit for you, just the way we are doing. All right, so that's the reason why I don't want to just tell it to write the complete chapter. So we'll proceed bit by bit like this. All right, so the next chapter, which is what? I think next chapter is going to be chapter 4. So tell it write chapter. Sorry, I need to confirm. Hope is 4. Which chapter did you just? Okay, we've written 3, so just say chapter 4. All right, so the AI is going to write the next chapter, which is what? Chapter 4. While it's writing chapter 4, I'll just tell it to write chapter 5 and maybe conclusion. So this guy is going to write chapter 5 and the conclusion. Okay, so it says perfect. This is the final and most powerful part of your ebook. Okay, so let's see turning chat into cash. Let's go. We have this, we have that. Now the reason why people will actually want to get this PDF or this ebook is simply because everybody has WhatsApp, but probably they don't know how to actually use WhatsApp to make money. You understand? They already have what it takes to make this money, but then they don't know how to. And this is what this ebook, this is the problem that this ebook is going to actually solve. All right, so let's see. We have conclusion and boom. All right, so we now have conclusion. Now we've copied our introduction. Now we just need to start copying. We need to copy the remaining chapters from chapter 1 down to chapter 5. So you can see this is where we stopped. We stopped at this. This is the introduction. I'm going to copy from here. This is chapter 1. So you can copy it bit by bit, but then I'm just going to copy everything. Then I'll remove the prompt section, all right, that the AI give. So I'll just click on your journey starts now. All right, so I'll copy this, then I'll go back to my Word, and this is where I stopped. I'll hit Control Enter, and I'll paste, the remaining chapters. So as you can see, this is the entire, wow, it's on how many pages? Let's see, 4 pages. How come? All right, so we just have how many pages? 4 pages. All right, so I just need to delete this. I'm going to be deleting this. This shows that it's actually AI generated, so delete all these icons. I'm going to delete this. You take your time and go through what AI gave you, and you can actually edit this conclusion. We need to move it to the middle. Sorry, we need to move it to the next page. So I'll delete all this. So let's see anything that has to do. If you reply, yeah, where we have, if you reply, this is AI. So don't take it personally. Okay, let me undo this so that I'll be able to know where I should stop copying from. So let's see, we have final word for this chapter. Making money happens in the chat, not just in posts. So I'm going to remove this. If you reply yes, expand clearly. So simple points, what to do, wait some time, yeah. So I'm just going to clear this. I'm trying to do what is called editing. So I'm actually editing the ebook at this point. So I'll remove this. I'm going to remove this, remove this, what to do, wait some time, then follow up. Okay, so I need to remove this. I'll remove this. I'm going to remove this, follow up message. I'll remove this, I'll remove this. We're just removing the parts that are not needed, in our ebook. So remove this. This is a step-by-step guide. Keep it short, clear, easy, and understand, right? So remove this, we'll remove this, we'll remove this. This helps you, all right? This is still part of our ebook. I'm going to remove this. Let's break it down. Okay, we're still on that chapter. Let's go. If you feel this is going to actually confuse you, then it will be good you just copy them chapter by chapter. So how to reply to messages? Yes. Perfect. This is final. Yes. Remove this. In the next chapter you will learn. All right, so let's see. In the next chapter you will learn how to reply to messages. Let's see, your job, this, why. Okay, so let's proceed. I'll scroll up, and I'm going to delete this. I'll delete this. Results, what you should do. Okay, I'll delete this. Clear this. These are activities, like daily activities. Evening up. Okay, afternoon proof. Morning value. Example. Let's get rid of these unwanted AI stuffs, right? The simple daily post routine. Okay, let's delete this. Example of post. So let's see, we're going to edit the all of this. I'll take my time to edit. So I think what I'll do is I'll take my time to erase this. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just going to pause. Okay, so I'm done removing those AI stuffs. So you can see this top here is reserved for your title. So we have the introduction, every book needs to have what introduction. So we're going to skip this first page. I'll press Control Enter. This first page is going to be reserved for the title of our ebook. All right, so we'll get that from AI. Now this is introduction. All right, so I'm going to move this to the middle, and I'll just give it this heading, and this heading is going to be in the middle like this. Okay, so we have something like this is like introduction. Then we're just formatting this, we're formatting the ebook actually. So we're making it look good. Let's see, I'm going to highlight everything and maybe increase the line height to something like 1.5, at least to make it readable. That is, it should be clear, clean, and you shouldn't stress somebody before he or she understand what we are seeing. Okay, so we have this is okay. Who is this book for? Yeah, let's move up a little. So we're going to have this. Let's begin. Okay, we're going to cover up these spaces. Yeah, we have this. So this is, we're done with I think introduction. Now we'll move to chapter 2. So move to chapter 2. We can actually make this a heading. All right, and it's going to be at the middle. This is our chapter 2. Sorry, chapter 1. This is chapter 1. This is chapter 1. You can see it's in a new page. Yes, we'll go through our chapters one by one and ensure that they are good to go. Okay, example. Let's go through this. Okay, yes, go through this and ensure that everything is, then you can do this. Okay, you can, let's bring this guy down. Yep, sorry, let's bring it down. Then you can do this. Okay, can do the following. You can start with what you have, your laptop, office, big money, this, like, let's go mistake. Okay, let's go down. Let's take this guy up a little since it's coming from a different page. Okay, keep it simple. Yeah, we need to bring this guy down just to keep it clean and simple. Okay, so let's scroll down. Action, you must, let's just take this guy down to make it neat. So you must, okay, do the following. Let's go. So it's powerful tool that already in the next chapter you will learn. Okay, this is what the user is going to learn in the next chapter. That is good. So this is now the next chapter, which is chapter 2. So we're going to make this a heading and we'll take it to the middle. All right, so this is chapter 2. Let's go. We're good to go. Let's take this guy up. All right. Okay, this is okay. Example, we are still on editing. So this is how you can edit your digital products and make it clean, make it look good. I think this is okay. If you like, you can bring this guy down, but I'll just leave it just the way it is. Okay, so I need to take this guy up since it's come in on the next page. Improve as you go. Yes. In the next chapter, we're going to do this. Okay, so this is the next chapter. Now, this your next chapter is supposed to start on the next page, not on the same page as the previous chapter. So every chapter must start on the next page. So we're going to highlight this and I'll give it heading 1. So chapter 3, this is our chapter 3. All right, so let's go. We are on chapter 3. We are just doing basic editing. Let's go. This is okay. This is okay. We can bring this guy down. All right. I think it's good this way. What you should not do. Okay. You just need to look like, all right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. This is perfect. Now your setup is ready. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think you can see we have AI stuff here. In the next chapter, you will learn this, right? Now, right setup is ready. Let's move to action. Now your setup is ready. Let's move to action. Right chapter. So I can clear this. I don't need this. Okay, because it's AI stuff. I'm going to remove the whole of this and I'll clear this. So we have the next chapter, which is chapter 4. It's going to start on the next page. All right, so I need to just highlight this and I'll select heading and I'll move it to the middle. All right, I'll move it to the middle and this is going to be chapter 4. So chapter 4 is going to have this. So we just need to ensure that everything is well formatted, and we'll keep on doing the formatting until we get the exact thing that we are looking for. So this is how digital product is being created. I just need to move this. You use Control Enter to take your text to the next page. So let's go simple daily posting routine. Right, so we have to keep on formatting this. So I need to edit this. So you can see that our document has gotten up to 43 pages. All right, so we're almost done. We're almost done. We need to take this guy to the next page. It's just the way we are formatting, the documents. We want everything to be clear and neat and also readable. All right, so that is why we're having number of pages. So let's proceed. Don't rush, build gradually. Yes. So we need to clear this space that we have at the top. Okay. If you follow this, yes. Now we are currently on. Now in the next chapter, which is going to be chapter 5, how to reply messages. Let's take a look at that. This is where sales happen. Let's go. So we're going to remove this and I'll clear this and I'll press Control Enter so that chapter 5 will start on the next page. So we have this. I'll select that and I'll put it on heading and it needs to be centralized. So what happens? This is what we have. This is chapter 5 and we need to clear this space. All right, we need to clear this space. So let's have okay, after chapter 5, the next chapter, I think after chapter 5 we'll now have our conclusion. So let's go. We have example. All right, so clear this space that we have on the next page and boom, I think the next thing we'll be having is just the conclusion. So final message, that is the conclusion section. We have our final message here. All right, so WhatsApp is already in your hands now. It's time to turn it into a money making tool. Your journey starts now. All right, so this is our last page. This is actually our last page. If you like, you can add page numbers to this digital product. All right, and I think it will be good you add page numbers. Okay, so I think we're going to do that. I'm going to click on insert and I'll select where is it, page number, and I want the page number to be at the bottom. You can see we have samples here. I want it to be at the bottom left, sorry, bottom right. So I'll select this and you notice that our page numbers have been added. Right, so now we need to add the title of our products. You can see page numbers have been added. We just need to add the title of our product and we'll be good to go. So let's go back to AI to tell AI to add this digital product. All right, so now what I'll tell it is very simple. So give me the best title for this products, for this ebook. Okay, give me the best title for this ebook. So let's see what AI has to generate for us. Okay, so I think it's still giving us suggestion. So select the best for me. Select the best for me. All right, so it's going to generate this. Go with, you can see, I think it's strongly recommending this. So I'll select this. So this is use this full version, title plus subtitle. All right, so this is the title. I'm going to copy this title and I'll take it to my Word document. All right, so I'm going to replace this. So this is the title, and we need to copy the subtitle, which is turn this. So I'll click on this. All right, so I'm just going to select this, and sorry, I need to go back to my, yeah, for my Word documents, and I'll hit Control V to actually paste that. Now, of course, for your heading, you need to increase the size. So we need to just increase the size of this our title. How to make money. Yeah, let's say something like this. Then we'll make it bold. We'll centralize this. Okay, this is what we have, and this is the subtitle. We're going to remove the boldness of this subtitle, and what I'll do is I'll take it down a little. And what can we add? What can we add? Let's go to shape, insert shape. Let's take a look at the kind of shape we can add here. Let's see if we can add a shape. Let's see, what shape can we use? What if I add something like this? All right, so let's say I want to add something like this. Control C V. Okay, want to add something like this. So this is digital products. This is the title, and we have the subtitle. Right now, I want to add something like an image. Okay, make money on WhatsApp. The simple daily system for beginners. All right, so I want to add WhatsApp icon, money. I want to generate money and WhatsApp, right? An icon that has to do with money and the WhatsApp icon. So what I'll tell GPT is very simple. You can see the next thing is design your ebook cover, which is very, very important. So what I'll do is I can say give me the best prompts to generate or to create, anyone generate a realistic uh, cover cover image for this for this ebook. Okay, give me the best, let me zoom, give me the best prompt to generate a realistic cover image for, we can put something like realistic 3D. Let's make it 3D cover image for this ebook. All right, so I'll just hit enter and I'll wait for this to generate the content. All right, so this is what it's giving me. It has generated the prompts that I'll be using to generate this. So the next step is just for me to, I can actually give the AI to generate this. I can just copy and I'll paste, then I'll hit enter. So let's wait for it to see the kind of image that this AI is going to give me. If it gives me a very good image, then I'll proceed. Else, I'll need to move to a different AI tool that is going to be generating the image for me. All right. So let's see. let's see the kind of image that this AI is going to generate for me. So it is making the first draft. So it's going to make different drafts just for you to select. So let's see what we have. Wow, this is amazing. Make money on WhatsApp. All right, so you can see what it has generated. Very easy, very simple, clean, and now let's see. So this is the 3D image cover we're talking about. That is the ebook cover. So all I need to do is just to click on this download icon, and we are going to get it downloaded. So I'm going to add this cover image to my book. So I'll close this and I'll go back to the Word documents. All right, so at the top here, I'm just going to insert that image. Okay, so I'll click on image. It's on my device. So I need to navigate to my download and I'll select that image. This is it. And you can see I just need to reduce the size of that image. Okay, I need to reduce the size. All right, so let me just delete this. I want to add it here at the bottom. So I'll just go to insert. I'm going to create let's create something like a shape that is going to help us hold that image. So I'm just going to add something here. All right, I'll add up this box, and okay, in this box I'll add in the image. So I'll click on insert. I'll select, it's going to be on this drive. I'll select this image. Wow, you can see how beautiful this our image looks. So we're going to have I'm going to actually move this guy to the middle. So I'll centralize this. Okay, then I'm going to actually remove these border lines, this outer line. So I'll click on shape format, shape fill, and I'll click on no fill. Then shape outline, I'll click on no outline, and boom, we now have this. All right, yeah. So now let's proceed. This is what we have. I can reduce the size of this image. I can actually crop this if I don't want. I just want only the, wow, I think no, this is okay. I don't need to do anything. Let me just add a let's say border effects. What if I want to add blue borders or green borders, something like this? But I need to also increase the size of the border, so let's increase it to something like this. Yep, I think this is awesome. So we now have a complete ebook. All right, so this is actually centered aligned. So make money on WhatsApp, the simple whatever, the simple daily system. Make money on WhatsApp. Let me change this. I want to try to change this to, let's see what we can have with this. Make money on WhatsApp. All right, Control E. Make money on, wow, the spacing is too much. Make money on WhatsApp. Let me reduce the size. Okay, so I'll move this to the middle. Center align. So I'm just trying to like beautify my first page. Okay, so let's see. Let's add a rule. Insert. This is not compulsory. What I'll be doing next is actually not compulsory, but then it will be good you add it. We have something like this. I'm going to actually draw a line. All right, I'm going to increase the width or the thickness, then I'll bring it down. So we have something like this. I have something like this. I'm going to centralize this. Okay. Yeah, I think this is okay. So this is on 20. Every chapter, every heading is on 20. So I think we are good to go. So this is just a simple PDF guide that will be selling to people. So what I'll do is I'm done. I'm actually done editing this. There are a lot of things that I can still do, but I just want to assume that I am done. So we have make money on WhatsApp. Can I increase this? Yeah, this is awesome. So make money on WhatsApp, the simple daily system for beginners. Then at the bottom it says turn. What if we turn this guy from black to something like green, or this color, or red? Which color is good? You can just play around with this and we'll make it um okay, something like this. So we can actually maintain this. You can play around with this and you know come out with something better, but I just want to assume I'm done. So what I'll do is I'll click on insert. Sorry, I'll click on file. I want to save this now. I'll click on save file. Then I'll click on save as. I'll browse. Then the name of the book is what? Make money on WhatsApp. All right, so I'm just going to select where it says save as type. I'll click on that. Then I'll select PDF. And of course, I'll just click on save. So this document is going to be saved as PDF file. So as you can see, this is how our PDF looks like. This is our digital products, and of course people are actually going to pay to get access to this. All right, so you can design something better, but then this is just a rough product design. All right, so you can take your time and go through what AI has given you, then you'll be able to come up with something better. All right, so I think that is all. We are all set to actually upload these products. So the next, yep, we're set to upload these products. So I don't want this video to be too long. I think I will be pausing here. In case you have any issue, any problem, any challenge, you can actually drop it in the comment section, and I'll be there, and I'll be super happy to answer all your questions. So thank you so much for your time, and bye for now.